What if you scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10x Tech Tank. Jared Yellin here and
Eric Nowoslawski.
And we're ready for the entrepreneurs.
Always ready.
Are you ready?
I'm always
How
ready.
are you?
I wake up in readiness to hear these ideas.
Yeah, we do, and we've been doing this now for quite some time, right? We've had over 12,000 people apply to work with us. Over 12,000 ideas have been submitted in a written application form, and from there, about 600 had a chance to pitch us one-on-one. And then one day we thought to ourselves, I think we need to do a show. We need to give these entrepreneurs a chance to pitch in public. We need to give these entrepreneurs a chance to have other people, our tribe, watch their pitches and then help influence our decisions, which is why we're here. And what we're looking for with every entrepreneur is the right person with the right idea in the right market and the right business model. And if we could see that in the 5-minute pitch and then the Q&A after, we're going to invite them to do due diligence with us, where they go much deeper into the process with Eric, with Seth Winters, with Dan Russell, with Andrea, with myself, to see whether or not we can co-found with them in order to build, scale, and sell their company. But we need your help. We need you to influence our decision. So whenever you hear an entrepreneur present an idea and you absolutely love it, please let us know in the chat. And if you stand against it politely, please let us know in the chat. We go through every message and you do influence our decision. There was one idea in one of the first episodes where we didn't see it, but the chat did, and we ended up going through due diligence with that person, and there's a chance we're going to co-found with them. It's pretty exciting. So with that, let's see who our first entrepreneur is in the tank.
All right, who's up in the tank? What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, g'day, how you doing? It's Simon Bird calling from near Sydney, Australia.
Awesome. We appreciate you being here, man. Please, for the next 4 to 5 minutes, share your big tech idea.
Sure, no problem. So it's just a brief idea. I've been talking to Dave Robards, who's one of our coaches. We've dealt with the university for probably 3 or 4 years now. So familiar with the process, which is good. Awesome. And discussed a few ideas with him, and he said, hey, you need to jump on and have a chat to you guys. So cool. I spent 2 minutes filling the form out while I was on another meeting.
Yeah, you're in the family already, so we'll love to hear your idea.
Yeah. So it was a program we have similar running in Australia. I wouldn't call it similar. It's called Compare the Market. It's a program that is a form of marketplace that they use energy companies, insurance companies, banks, different things all plug into this online program, and where they clip the ticket in form of a marketplace, and they call themselves a form of negotiator. And my idea was to take that down to the middle-class people, to use that as a program where they can jump online for their items, as small as a refrigerator. They may be looking for a motor vehicle, whatever it may be, and they jump online to a program to whatever city they're from, log the information they're looking for, and then in those different cities, then the so-called negotiators, freelancers, whatever they may be, have their own portfolio on this program as well to go, great, let me negotiate a deal for you. And then they take a form of cut or commission or from the seller in which they coordinate the deal through. So it's an online platform. In one sense, you'd say it's a form of freelance, you might say, for the negotiator to help your average person, keep that in context, negotiate what they need. And they're sometimes not items they're buying every day. They're items they may buy once every 10 years. They don't know where to go to get them. And it's a form of the platform making money on taking a percentage cut or a transaction fee on each transaction. And in turn, build that to the platform where you then have larger corporations wanting to sell through you. So when somebody comes and says, hey, I want to buy whatever it may be, I'll use the example of a refrigerator. You have a large corporate online company that is actually the backing to your company. So you then on-sell their products with a marketplace arrangement where you're taking a 5-10% cut and you become the face, and it gets shipped direct. So in one sense, it's like a drop shipping type method, but in one sense, it's going right down to the mums and dads and for their household products, if that makes sense.
Cool, awesome.
And then building that throughout into the larger areas where people can then use it as an online platform to compare insurances, home loans, looking at those sorts of arrangements, maybe even motor vehicles, whatever it may be, to the larger items. But then it becomes a trusted source, and in which, through the Cardone enterprise, they deal with a lot of those large insurance corporations, motor vehicle dealerships, wherever they may be, to negotiate a deal or a rate or a clip of the ticket each way through. But then you become the trusted platform.
Cool. All right. So some questions. So, and a great job. Very interesting. So the products and the services, like the refrigerator is the example. Is the refrigerator going to reside in this marketplace, or is this a marketplace where you can find a negotiator to go out and negotiate the best price for a refrigerator, or is it both?
So in one sense, it's actually both. If you can get the backing of large electronic corporations, e.g. for the refrigerator or motor vehicle, whatever it may be, they may go, hey, I want a 500-litre refrigerator. You go, great, yep, you're looking for this one, but I can get you this one, which is your marketplace connector, your company that's connected to you, and this will actually save you $50 and you can have it there tomorrow. So
why do we need the marketplace of negotiators then? Because if you're going to go to the refrigerator company and say, hey, we built a marketplace, we have millions of consumers that are on this marketplace, I want the best rate you're going to offer anywhere else on my marketplace. Why do we need to have negotiators negotiating on behalf of the family that's buying the refrigerator?
Yeah, for the refrigerator example, it may be a guy going, hey, I want 4 tires for my motor vehicle. So the guy, and whatever the city they may be in, the guy goes, hey, I'm a guy trusted in the automotive industry in Milwaukee, say, and I know I can get you your off-road vehicle tires, this size for this thing, and you go to this store and it's done. So it's someone with local knowledge and presence, wherever they may be looking for something.
So I understand how the platform makes money because the platform takes a percentage of the transaction. How does the negotiator get paid?
Through the platform in which the consumer pays, and then the platform then pays the supplier, and then there's a transaction fee through there. So,
like for example, let's say that someone needs 4 tires for a car. Let's just say it's $1,000, right? So that's what it would be. And then they use this negotiator marketplace, and they source a negotiator to negotiate with the dealership, and they're able to get the tires for $800, right? So they got 20% off the tires, which would be amazing, right? But at that point, the person that's buying the tires, they need to pay the negotiator. So, and then they have to pay the platform too. So where is that coming out of? The money that's paying the negotiator and paying the platform? Because is there a chance it ends up being more expensive than just buying the tires because you have to pay these other 2 parties, or not? And if you could speak into that.
No, great question. Because on the platform, you might go, hey, he might go out and says, look, $800, I get that. You put it through the platform, he sets his fixed rate of fees, whatever they may be, a percentage or a fixed fee of X amount of dollars. And that transaction goes back to the consumer to say, hey, your tires are $850. The fact is the $50 is then going to the negotiator.
Okay. So do you imagine this platform being kind of like Craigslist or eBay, but there's a negotiator that comes with every deal?
Correct.
Okay. So now when building platforms like this, oftentimes there's like a double-sided marketplace problem that you have to think about. 1, to get users who are going to be on the platform who are going to be buying things. And then 2, to have sellers who are going to be providing goods that can actually be bought. And then one isn't going to come without the other, right? People aren't going to come to a platform where there's nothing to buy, and then somebody's not going to come to a platform where there's nothing to be purchased. But then now third, we're adding in this negotiator level as well. So how would you attract all of the parties onto the platform to be there at the same time? Specifically, negotiators first.
Yeah, great question. That's the number one key to it. So that level of detail I haven't got into.
So where, but like, let's answer it now. Like, where do negotiators exist? Where you could go into the world of negotiators and say, hey, I have the greatest opportunity ever. You're always looking for deals to negotiate. We built the marketplace. So if you had to make a decision right now, like, who are you talking with that could help accelerate negotiators to the platform, or where are they all like coming together so that you can communicate with a large group at one time?
Yeah, it's a great question. And that probably then leads towards the fact that they go, hey, what do you need the middleman for?
Yeah.
Because then you just have a list of suppliers hooking up to these different sites.
That was kind of where my first question was.
Yeah.
Is that like the key with the marketplace is any supplier will provide a great deal if the marketplace is large enough. So if we have a million consumers that are coming to this platform every day to make buying decisions, we don't need the negotiator because we already have power. Like, we're going to be able to cut the negotiator out, because the refrigerator company or the tire companies will be like, I just want that business. So we'll say, great, we want the lowest price in the industry. Like, you can't ever go lower than this price. So what we did was the marketplace was able to negotiate the lowest rate. I think the premise of a marketplace of negotiators is interesting, but if you're going to bring in the products and the services, you're going to make negotiators completely obsolete. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at too, is where, where does the negotiator fit into all of this when there's already, really good prices going on back and forth?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a similar platform, which is without the negotiator, called High Pages, and you may have that there. And that's a service-based operation where you say you're looking for, say, hey, I want a new garden in my place, or I want home improvements. I've got this much to spend. You put it on there, and then people register on there, companies register on there to say, I can offer services in this region, whatever they may be. You'll get notified when a deal's sitting there. You jump on, you put your best offer, and if you get the deal, the transaction goes through them, they clip the ticket. And in one sense, it's about getting the suppliers in the right regions with the right products to suit to the consumers on there.
Got it. Cool. Well, let's see what our audience thinks. So what are your thoughts on a marketplace where there's three sides? There's going to be the vendor, there's going to be the buyer, and then there's also going to be the negotiator. Would you use a marketplace like this? What are your thoughts on next step, Eric?
So for next steps, I think I want my team to help you dive a little bit deeper into the idea and send you our 10 questions exercise as well as our problem stacking exercise, because I don't think I'm quite seeing it right now. I think Craigslist and eBay and the one that you mentioned is what High Pages, correct? I think they're pretty efficient already. And I'm not sure how adding a negotiator would make the solution 10 times better than what it is today. But I'm wondering if there are places that people need a negotiator and they have no clue where to get a negotiator from. And I would just want to go deeper into that part of the idea.
Yeah, and I agree. So I'm a no on due diligence because I think that there's too many competing things inside this platform, and you're going to eliminate what actually makes you unique. Because when a marketplace works, there's no benefit to a negotiator. Yet, I think there is a benefit to having a place where negotiators reside, so that when somebody doesn't want to negotiate for themselves, they can go into that marketplace. So I'm a no for due diligence, but we'll send you these exercises. They do take quite a bit of time. So if this is an idea you're very passionate about, my recommendation is go deep into just the negotiation side, not the marketplace. There's a lot of marketplaces out there. Let's build a marketplace of negotiators and not worry about the vendors, and instead just focus on two sides, the negotiators and those that need support with negotiation. Simon, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate you, and we're excited to see what you come up with. All right, let's see who's on the tank next after this commercial.
What if there was a simple business toolkit that got you paid by your clients, customers, and patients? What if you can set up your account in seconds and begin benefiting from all of the features in minutes? What if this entire platform is free? Business Toolkit is revolutionizing the way small businesses and sole proprietors are running their businesses by enabling you to manage your sales process from one platform from start to finish. Imagine canceling your expensive scheduling software, or discontinuing your clunky invoicing software, or eliminating your pricey task management software, and instead using one platform, your Business Toolkit, to drive your business forward. And don't forget, Business Toolkit is free. Sign up ASAP and begin saving money while you make way more money than ever before.
All right. So who's our next entrepreneur in the tank? What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Aisha, and I am from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Awesome, Aisha. Well, thank you so much for being here. You have 4 to 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea.
Okay, so I want to just mention something to you right from the start. Okay, I just want to say something. Okay, Wahan halkan ujuga inanku shiga wa badlikara mustakbal kaga udan. Are you confused?
Eric knows what you said.
No, I have no clue. Yeah,
try, just guess. Guess.
I'm excited to be on the tech tank. Thank you for having
me. Actually,
she actually said Jared's here.
The confusion that you feel actually right now is due to a problem that 6 billion people in the world have. Okay, so what is the problem? The problem is that 6 billion people in the world suffer from one major issue. They can't read, write, speak, or understand the most common language of international communication, which is, in their case, English. And 5.9 billion of these will never be able to afford a quality English language program, either online or face-to-face. So what's the solution? The solution is Elite Language Center. I am the CEO and founder of Elite Language Center in Malaysia, and we're offering a comprehensive live 32-hour course with native English teachers to people in their homes, offices, and schools for as little as $70 a month. Now, most English language courses, if you have a look and you check online, you will find they can be up to $2,000 a month. So as you can understand, there's a huge market of people who don't have access to that kind of money and therefore don't have access to that kind of program. So maybe I'll tell you a little bit about us at Elite Language Center. So it was founded in 2007, and so far we've had about 20,000 registrations since 2007. So we've been doing really pretty well. We also capture about 18% of the market share here in Malaysia. And in terms of myself, I am the CEO and founder of Elite Language Center, and I'm also the creator of this online program, which is called Elite Live. I have over 40 years of experience as a teacher, and I have 14 years experience as a business owner. So I actually own Elite Language Center. And normally we do face-to-face classes, but during the COVID period, we launched this Elite Live online program for understandable reasons. Okay, so you might be thinking, but isn't the ESL app market, tech market, isn't it really saturated? Very possible, you might be thinking that. But in fact, in reality, there's many, many things that people don't know about what's in that market. Right now, 95% of the stuff that's in the market is actually junk. It's actually a lot of little games that people can play, kids can play, and so on. There's translation apps, there's all kinds of apps out there, but there are very, very few comprehensive live English language programs online for people to go from zero English right up to university entrance English. So that's what we are actually doing. We're doing an online program. Right now, currently, we have over 200 students registered monthly. We started last year in March. So far, we've generated over $132,000 US dollars on this program. And our markets are primarily Middle East and Africa, with a focus specifically in Somalia and Saudi Arabia. So we do tend to, it's not actually by design, but we actually are closely linked to countries in that region. But we want to expand. We don't want to just stick with those areas because we believe we have a product that can actually suit many, many markets. English is English. The style that we teach is universal. We have teachers all over the world. We have teachers in the US and Canada and Australia and New Zealand. Here in Malaysia, we have 6 teachers as well. And we basically want to be that gateway for people out there who really never had the chance to learn English because it was just way out of their their realm of possibility. We want to offer them $70 a month. We are offering $70 a month to students to learn a 32-hour course with native English teachers, live, online, and be that gateway for them to then actually up themselves to pursue their dreams, to become, to go to university, to...
Gosh, that's a great job. Yeah. So what did you say before, by the way, when you spoke in the other language?
That's a good question. What I said was, I would like to tell you about something that would change your life forever.
Awesome. I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So questions. Where does the course live right now? So I know you're selling this now as a course. What platform is it on?
Actually, we've just pieced it together. It's on Zoom. We use Google Classroom. We use WhatsApp. We use Excel sheets. We use, and every student, 99% of the students do their courses on their phones.
Okay, cool. And then I know you said it's $70 a month.
Yeah.
And it's a 32-hour course. So if somebody just finishes it in the first month, it's just $70, or is there a reason why they would want it to continue to pay for it if they've already completed it?
Yes, we have 85% renewal rate. We like to target $70 first because a lot of our students want to test it out. They want to see if this is for real. But we have bigger packages. We have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. If somebody wants to go from zero English right through to university level, it will take them probably 18 months to 2 years. Currently, we do have someone, well, not one, we've got about 7 or 8 people who were with us right from the very start, who are still with us.
They keep on going the same 32 hours? Like they keep on repeating it? Is that how they get to university level, or there's other programs they're signing up for?
Sorry, yes. Can you ask that again?
32-hour course, right? There's a 32-hour course. And they get that 32 hours when they pay $70, right? So if I pay $70, I'm going to get a 32-hour course that's between Zoom, Google Class, WhatsApp. And if I decide just to watch it over a weekend, I may not be fluent, but I've already completed the course. So the student that's going to go for the university level English, are they just doing the course like hundreds of times, or are there other courses that they're signing up for?
Oh, okay. So actually the course is live. So they can't do it over a weekend.
Got it.
So they have to attend, and it progresses through. We have 24 levels. People start from the 0 level and they go right up to like a TOEFL or IELTS level. If you know those, they are university entrance exams for English. We take students up to that point. So, and we have classes right through the day. We have, in Malaysia time, we have classes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right through to 4 o'clock in the morning. So we target.
So how do people find you now? So I know you've had 20,000 students, which is awesome. You did $132,000 since March. How are they finding you?
They absolutely love it. I mean, mainly because particularly the areas we go to, like the Middle East, they're just blown away by the fact that a live native English teacher is coming to them in their living room. And for many of them, this is probably the first Western person they've ever met, they've ever engaged with. So they're absolutely blown away. Most students stay for, as I say, at least 6 months, usually longer. Plus, they can come in and out in the sense that they can do 1 month and then maybe they got some issue with their business, so they need to take a month off, and they can just join us again a month later.
What are you doing differently with your course as far as the curriculum goes? Because I find that with language learning courses, right, the most basic thing you can do is just put people on flashcards. And then the best thing you could do is like gamify the experience. So where are you on that spectrum?
Sorry, what was the second one you said?
Gamify the experience, like what Duolingo is doing? Yeah,
actually, what we do is our teachers are the ones that are managing the whole course, but we do have they do introduce games which are used.
So let's say this is a wild success, right? And you get 150,000 people onto the course or the platform, whichever one. Is it scalable? Do you need to hire an English teacher for every single batch of 50 people?
Yes, you do. But I think that's doable. But the thing is that teachers will teach, every teacher will do 4 classes. So, because they're only 2 hours a day, you see, 4 days a week, which makes it 32 hours a month. So most teachers will sign up for an 8-hour day. And our target is 10,000 students studying at one time, which turns out to be around about 80 teachers. Now, 80 teachers, I've worked in an institution with 80 teachers. That's manageable. If we get to 150, 200,000, 500,000, well, that's when we have to look at something different. I really believe that online's the future for teaching. It used to be that if somebody had been teaching online, it was never actually a...
What's your outcome? Like, what do you envision TEDx Incubator doing to help you? Because right now this isn't a tech company. So is there a vision to build some utility in the space of ESL that would be 10 times better than anything else? So like what role would we play in this to support you?
Okay, so what we need is we would need a comprehensive learning management system, which would be able to handle the volume. And also I'm looking at an Elite Live app. We actually have an app for our language center, but we want something exclusively for Elite Live that will handle all the other developments and grow with us. And probably the most important thing is we want some kind of collaboration for mentoring and scaling for this, because I know right now we can handle a certain amount, probably up to 1,000 students I could handle, but if we're going to get much more than that, I'm going to need some support on how to manage the whole thing.
So as you're watching this, do you see this as a company that's built for limitless scale? Would you use this if you wanted to learn English? Asha did a wonderful job presenting. What are your thoughts on next steps?
So Asha, I think you have discovered a beautiful info product that is changing the lives of many people, quite literally, because not only are you able to bring English to them, but then they're able to then go off and sell into the Western world because of it. But that's the beautiful part. You have a beautiful info product. I think you're knocking on the door of a tech product right now. I just don't quite see exactly what the tech is. Because if you're just giving people information, that's great. But I don't like Duolingo has like this whole gamified experience around learning a language and leaderboards and all of these other things. That's what we need to see in like a tech product. But as far as an info product, it's beautiful. I'm just not seeing the tech side of it.
Yeah, and I would agree. I'm a yes on you. You are definitely the right person to do this. I'm just not a yes on the idea, which is important because it's not really built for limitless scale. Even when you were speaking into, well, what happens if even 10,000 students join, it's 80 teachers that are going to be teaching and facilitating those experiences. There is something within the space of learning English as a second language that can build for limitless scale, because that's the goal, right? If you're going to truly change the world, we need to get millions and millions of people to be able to afford this. I think the price point's even high for that. I think if we get the price down significantly less and have there be almost no touch at all, that really is the disruption. So I'm a no for due diligence. I'm a yes for you, which means that if you come up with a more tech-oriented idea, we'd love to have you back on the tank. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for being here and for all that you do in the world. All right, after this commercial, we'll have another entrepreneur sharing their big tech idea.
What if there was a way to guarantee farm fresh produce in the home of every family in your zip code? What if you and your family could launch a business out of your home, place of worship, or anywhere you desire? What if you could become part of the solution to current healthcare crisis that plagues our world? What if you could become your local farm bridge? We are on a mission to find one local health enthusiast in every zip code from around the world to launch a local farmers market. This business opportunity will take only a few hours a week and produce significant income for you and your family. Plus, it's a force for good as we unite and simplify the process of connecting local farmers with local families so that farm fresh produce exists within every home in your community. We are on a mission to revitalize our soil, help the farmers who work tirelessly to provide high nutrient foods to our families, and strengthen the health of our nation that has been manipulated into consuming low nutrient, ultra processed foods. Together, we can grow the number of thriving, sustainable farms and increase human health and longevity through creating ease in access to high nutrient foods. Spots are limited and zip codes are being claimed quickly, so if you could see yourself as part of the solution, we invite you to join our movement.
Hello, 10X Tech Tank Tribe. First and foremost, thank you so much for being part of this experience. I mean, this was like an idea, right? It was a Friday afternoon, and in Jared style, I said to the team, I want to launch a TV show. I want to launch our own regular show. And the team's like, what does that mean? I'm like, it's a weekly show. And they're like, that sounds cool. What is it going to be called? I'm like, we're going to call it, let's call it 10X Tech Tank. And they're like, well, what's going to happen on the show? I'm like, well, think Shark Tank, but way cooler. They're like, what does that even mean? I'm like, well, listen, Shark Tank is pretty darn cool, right? It's the American dream. People come with a sponge and they get investors, and then all of a sudden that sponge is in Bed, what is it called? Store called?
Best Buy?
Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond, thank you. It's in Bed Bath & Beyond. And then all of a sudden it's a $100 million sponge, which is really cool. But there's no sponge that's changing the world, right? Like that isn't happening. It was a better popcorn maker, which that's also cool too, but it's not changing the world. And what we hear every day are tech ideas that will radically change the world. So I said to the team, we need a show. We need to have a regular show where we're allowing entrepreneurs to pitch us in public so that you, our tribe, can vote. You can let us know what you think about each of these entrepreneurs and their ideas and the markets that they're in and their business models. You can help influence our decision. The team's like, all right, that sounds awesome. When do you want to have the first episode? I'm like, I have a block from 2 to 3 on next Tuesday. Like, what about that? And in Jared's style, we pulled it off. Everybody still had the weekend with their families, and they somehow pounded it on Monday and Tuesday morning for us to have our first episode, and it was a hit. It was a hit. Thousands and thousands of people watched that first episode, and after the second episode, I was convinced that once a week just wasn't enough. And we started doing it daily, and the tribe has been formed. And what we want to do is express our deepest gratitude for you. I mean, Thanksgiving is my favorite time of the year. It's the time of the year when being grateful and talking about it is something that is just well received. Even though I think people should do it every day, at least there's one day that you know you can do it, and it's socially appropriate to do it. So from Eric and myself and the entire 10X Tech team, and also the 10X Incubator team, we want to express our gratitude and wish you nothing but the happiest of Thanksgivings. We're not going to have a show on Thursday and Friday of this week. So this is the last show of the week because we'd rather you spend that time with your family. We'd rather you spend that time sitting in a space of gratitude versus watching us. But we'll be back on Monday with entrepreneurs in the tank pitching us their big tech ideas. So with that, enjoy this special time of the year. We have the deepest level of gratitude for you. Thank you for tuning in every night. Head over to 10xtechtank.com because maybe, just maybe, there's an idea inside of you right now that you're ready to share so that you can get on the tank and pitch us on your moonshot. Pitch us on the solution that you want to bring to the world. And if for any reason you're in the tribe but you haven't signed up yet for notifications, head over to 10xtechtank.com. That's 10xtechtank.com. Fill out the form. We have a fun gift we're going to give you, which is called our Perfect Pitch Kit, so that you're ready to pitch us or pitch anyone else on your big idea. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Tons of love sent your way. We appreciate you. And always, together, we achieve more. We'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.